This is Canarsie, Rockaway Parkway. The next stop on this Brooklyn-bound podcast is Last Stop on the L.
Clear the closing doors, please.
Tire marks, finish line with the tire marks. When the relay starts, I'm a runaway slave. Walking on water and running on waves. God MC, oh my God, you gotta see. There's never no odds in me. You have an odyssey, I'm a block away. Fire marshals moving in. Marshmallows inside my pen. Sweet 16s, got a sweet 16 any deadlier than sin. I'm so appalled. I'm the prototype with a godly protocol. You an amateur, they want a protocol. I damage you on camera in Compton in Canada. I don't care where you are. Just blink twice and I'm there where you are. Like a shadow in the dark. You a paddle in a boat in an ocean full of sharks, about to come up short. Water in the pot, flow crack rock like bam bam. Nigga have 2 grams, nigga pay up on blam blam. Nigga had a black Camry, broken dipset, killer cam, nigga. I had been around niggas, killers. Pimps, you ain't been around shit, but your mama and your bitch. Shoved off the porch when I was like 6. Uncle Bobby got the house ready back in 96. Kick in the dough, Kate Nas all in the kitchen way before I even heard of Mike Vick. Mama in the bathroom, Papa at work. Happened on a Sunday, we should've went to church. Look at my shirt, polo on it. It's gonna sell, lift my logo on it. I feel up on it. A demon come near and I might throw a spear at the omen. You looking at the 2010 Romans, Empire, high power, HP. In your face like HD, and I spit like an HK. I'm a shot like an H3, H-U-B-C-I-T-Y-A-D-N-Y-G. Problem ain't hootie, nigga. Tell the government come shoot me, nigga. Cause I'm going out with a fist raised and a fist full of money. Give it to the 5th grade, drink a fifth of Hennessy and then take another fade with a Democratic politician from CA. They don't want to C-A-B-L-A-C-K. Making some scratch like a Hall of Fame DJ. Give us some free J's, put us in the PJs.
Yo, happy Chris Mahana Kwanzaa, guys. Welcome back. I ain't a killer, but don't push me though. Vonna Sage. Feeling all kinds of festive and shit. What up, what up?
That's probably your best intro since it must be her because it ain't her face.
I try.
Yeah.
It's Festivus for the rest of us. Chris the High Ridge representative, trapping in Manhattan.
Shout out, Juice. It's your boy Mayhem Mike just saying, get ready because my suit game cold and New Year's is around the corner. You know what I'm saying? You see me Snapchat, you see me Instagram. Burn! Get him! Follow us, of course. Welcome back to the Last Stop on the L. You can find us at Facebook at Last Stop on the L, Instagram at Last Stop on the L, Twitter at Last Stop on the L, or you can just follow me. You know, I'm just fly for everybody. YFR Mayhem on Twitter.
All them social medias. And
today, have we got a show for you? It's episode 2. We don't know what we're going to call it, so we're going to run with it. I think we're ready, Juice. Say what up to the people.
Yo.
All right, cool. We're going to get this thing started like this.
Your boy Juice Cannon.
Yo, Juice, that album still out?
Huh? Yeah. Sugar Water's out.
Sugar Water's still out. All right.
The 2,000 plays.
2,000 plays? Yeah. Right. All right. So we're going to kick it off like this, of course. Everybody saw Punisher.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We got to do the
Bang,
Black
bang.
Nerd update real quickly. What you guys think? Hit me with it. Come on.
That shit's fire.
Okay.
Literally and figuratively.
Okay.
My man is not a game on any level to be fucked with.
I'm not disagreeing.
I'm not going to lie. He had a little bit of white privilege, though. Let me tell you why. Hold on. Because I know you're talking about.
I already know where you're going with this.
Okay. He had that white privilege in that one scene when he was going through the alleyway, right? He had that rock in his hand. He was like, put down the rock. He picked up the rock. They told him to stop moving. Stop it. He picked up the rock, threw it at the guy, and was able to run up to the car and beat the guy. I'm sorry. If he was black, he'd been shot in the alleyway. That'd have been it. Open and shut case, Johnson. Sprinkle some crack on him.
This is true.
Go ahead, Juice. What you said? Come on.
Too many near-death experiences.
Come on, it's Frank Castle. It's Marvel, man.
You felt the way? You were clutching your pearls?
It was just like, it was... How? Bro.
Because he the Punisher, bro.
You know how serious that is?
Listen.
And then he gets shot
Listen. What makes it believable is that it's unbelievable. Because it's in Marvel. It's in their own universe. Now, it was very much realistic in how he went, not just mentally, went through this war against these people, but physically. Because he was tortured, bro. He was tortured, and Homeboy was having hallucinations about his wife. That was freaky. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's
I don't want to do that. You guys kill me.
Quick question. What about him makes him Marvel worthy? Like, think about all the different Marvel superheroes.
Okay.
They usually they have an ability. Their ability comes from an enhancement.
Okay.
Like, it's, contamination, or someone's, kidnapping you and putting antimanium in you. So it's like one of the other things. So what
Punisher, like Spider-Man, can be any one of us, where people can See, the thing about Spider-Man, in a sense, everybody can view themselves as Spider-Man because he wears a mask. Even though we hear his voice, it's not like you see a face all the time.
Okay.
Punisher is different because it's like all the values of a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? It's like he had his family gunned down. We know no crime is a problem. Nobody's doing anything. And it's just like, you know what? Why don't we just kill him? You know what I'm saying? That's and although that's ethically bad and morally bad in some cases,
I don't know, eye for an eye.
You know, I mean,
well, he technically
he's
started out.
He did eye for like I'll get your whole body though.
But he's not. He's judge, jury, and execution.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not in any law permitted to do that.
Well, he was supposed to be a villain. Well, he started off as a villain.
Right.
Tell us.
And he switched over to hero status after he fought with Spider-Man because he was initially supposed to kill Spider-Man.
You can't kill Spider-Man, though. They be trying to kill everybody, but go ahead.
Yeah.
But that didn't answer my question.
What was the question?
What?
Oh, so if you want to make...
That's
He's
what
a
I'm
regular
saying.
human... He's like...
He's regular. He didn't get contaminated or nothing.
No, he's just resourceful. He's resourceful as hell.
The point
he's
I'm trying to
human.
make is that I consider him Captain America a little bit. And there's another person. But when I think of Frank Castle, I think of Captain America because the majority of the times that they get out of their situations is from sheer will. Think about it.
Yeah, no,
you see what I'm saying? Like Captain America, he got enhancements from what was that? Was that an Infinity Stone? From the
Captain America got his enhancements from the Super Soldier Serum.
Right. Which wasn't it from the Infinity? Okay, anyway. No. So got the serum, made him all pumped up.
He's the original superhero in the Marvel Universe.
Right. Mm-hmm. But think about it, like he would be alive or wouldn't be alive if he wasn't smart and if he like willpower.
I think a better comparison would be Frank, the Punisher, to Hawkeye. Hawkeye doesn't have any enhancements. He's just trained himself. Whereas if you want to go Green Arrow went to like the mystical island of archers, blah blah blah. Hawkeye was just like, we gonna learn. We gonna do this. You know what I'm saying?
Regular smuggler.
Right. So then he'd be more. But the thing is, he's a trained Marine. He's an expert in all the combat situations. He got all the
special forces.
He's all.
Okay, so I guess his special ability was all the training that he went,
all the killing,
and his will.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know how you used to get the Marvel cards? I miss those.
You know what?
I had an ex that had a whole bunch of them. I should have stole them.
We were talking about Pokemon cards when they came out and how people used to get jacked for them.
Yo!
Because if you was... Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't know what Pokemon cards is, if you don't know what Pokemon
One
is...
yourself right now.
I need you to Google it and find yourself. Because Pokemon, when it came out, first of all, the big battle was between Digimon and Pokemon. And even though I had
is
Digimon,
trash.
I love Digimon first.
Digimon is
won.
trash.
Pokemon won. Digimon... after the fourth season, yes. Definitely trash.
Okay.
So now... We used to have holographic cards. Let me tell you, you be at a party, you get a holographic card. I had a holographic Dragonite. I ain't want to tell nobody. I ain't want to get jumped. Like, my boy got jumped. Oh man, I hope he doesn't hear this.
You knew you didn't value your life if you were on the train going home or to school and you took out your cards on a train.
First of all,
why are you doing that? Don't be flashy. You might as well took off your wallet and counted your money because they gonna get your ass.
The packs, because you buy them in packs, it's probably like $5, $10, $15, $20. I believe those are the highest, and you get cards that are worth by themselves like hundreds of dollars, whatever, like $60 to $100. That's what you get. They're holographic cards.
Yep.
But the problem is nobody played the game it was supposed to be on. We just collected the cards. Mint condition cards. I guess this is like our baseball cards, if you will.
Yeah, pretty much.
But that's what I'm saying. The Marvel cards were like that. I miss those.
The problem, Marvel went up and down.
I'm really mad I didn't take one of those binders. I'm having a moment, guys.
All right.
I apologize.
All right, no problem.
She got one of her little underworld moments right now.
We're gonna go for it. Anyway.
I'd have been sitting on a couple of grand. I'm just saying.
Look at her go. Anyway, so did you guys see Thor Ragnarok?
Nope.
No, I need y'all to catch up on that. And we're gonna skip over to Spike Lee. She's gotta have it.
So, Mike, did you go into this last episode?
I did, but I'm ready to hear the other side of the pillow. You know what I'm saying?
You did that right there. Anyway, so I watched it after he shamed me into not watching it a little bit. I watched it in a day. It was super easily watched. Watched it with Bae. He had some feelings about it. I agreed with the majority of it. I think it was a really good adaptation of the movie. I was very happy, very proud. Like you said, it was very Brooklyn, which I loved. I loved it. Shouted out Fort Greene throughout the entire situation, and it tapped into a lot of issues that not only Brooklyn, Fort Greene area is going through, but the majority of, urban communities in the city about gentrification. And it bothered me when the dude got arrested. When Poppy got arrested. Oh. I was so upset. And I'm like, meanwhile, anyway, okay, I'm not going to get into all that.
Can we be real for 1 second? He did deface the property. He
didn't do that.
Who did it?
It wasn't him. It wasn't him.
I don't think it was him either.
It wasn't him.
But listen. But even if he didn't, I will say this. Even if he didn't deface the property, he was definitely bothering that one.
So here's the thing.
But go ahead.
Can
we just admit that, though?
Okay, yes. Okay. No, I understand that. He was definitely laundering on her property. He was definitely causing a ruckus on a constant basis.
Yep.
Here's the thing. And they mentioned this during the community outreach meeting. That man went to Afghanistan so you can have the right to sit your white lily ass in that big ass brownstone that you pay 4 times more than the shit is worth for you to come outside and be like, you need to move.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If I had a brownstone, I would definitely sell it. But
let me tell you something.
So at that point,
fuck her cornflake ass, fuck her privilege. And from the bottom of my heart, you could kiss my ass with all of that because I lived in the South Bronx all my life and I dealt with that shit since I was a kid with Yankee Stadium. So fuck that.
Yeah, we have a way more personal.
How long is the baseball season, bro? Every fucking year, these people come to my neighborhood where I live and I breathe and I make my money and return to, and you get to deface, piss, urinate, loiter, drink publicly, and do whatever the hell you want, and then turn around and go home.
So I agree. I mean, in this instance, like you notice, like some of the examples were a little bit extreme.
No, but it was to make a point, right?
Right. This was definitely to make a point. Mm-hmm. In this particular example, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, Poppy's wrong because he did harass her.
He did,
but
he had nowhere else to go,
which is different because the block needs to come together and decide on that, which they attempted to do. In your case, Hyperdrive, of course, like when that happens, yeah, I agree. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you do all this to my property, to my neck of the woods, and you leave, and I'm stuck here holding the pieces.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you brought that up. That's a great message.
That was like one of the things I felt like super bothered by, super moved by, because that's something that we deal with in our neighborhood. It's something that I've dealt with in my old neighborhood. So it really hit. That really touched me. That instance, the relationship dynamic between all 3 of the men was hilarious to me. It was so funny. I love
which one? God, Mars.
Yes, I love Mars.
Mars.
I've dated Mars, so I think I had a real good connect. I was like, oh my god, I love that. But it reminded me a lot of my relationships that I've had in my high school years. So to have someone portray that, and he killed that role.
Yeah, he did.
I did not want him to get off the screen. I was like, oh my god. So him, he was funny. The older one that was married, he needed some fixing. He had way more issues than he was willing to admit. And he was definitely the embodiment of having his cake and eating it too. Because you have a full ass family, and I understand like your shit's not working out in your own home, but you have a kid. Your kid is clearly going through some shit.
YouTube video. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you need to watch it.
Oh my god! But yeah, so I was like, with him, and then the photographer guy. He played that part so well. Like, I might not be able to see him in any other role and think that that's not him. He was so narcissistic. I didn't think you could be that narcissistic or act like you're that narcissistic without being that narcissistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if he was acting or not. I don't know. Now I have to see him in other roles to be able to tell, were you acting? I don't know. He played that hell out of the role.
Well, I want to say that there was layers to that narcissism.
First of all, course.
Pause. My man was slung. Right. If you're hung low and you're a model and you get to take pictures of other models and you're cultured, quote unquote, and he can speak another language, and he dresses well. Like the outfits that dude was putting on was just
Fly.
like a little too flamboyant for me.
They were fly.
But he's in that space, so
Right.
he can pull it off.
Do you realize his pinky finger the whole time was like
Yes.
metallic?
No, I did.
I love
did.
that. I was like, I have a little
So
metallic pinky.
He had all that going on. So I would assume when you got all of that in one package, you would be narcissistic too.
Jamie Overstreet and Greer Charles.
Thank you. Yeah.
No, I was waiting for it, but no. So like, he could also be the embodiment of metrosexual, where it's kind of like
He
can be
was
flamboyant,
super metro.
So, like, what I like about Juice voicing his concerns, these were very much extremes. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like this is the person, this is the type, this is the type. But these were all extremes that kind of melded together.
Right.
From starting that, I've heard women say, I've heard that, like when they first started out, the
opening lines,
guys
yes,
catcalling.
I've
I was
heard
like,
most
really?
of those. Yeah.
Like it goes along these lines, but I'm like, damn, I don't catcall. I've never catcalled. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, damn, you've heard stuff like that. I agree. Jamie Overstreet definitely has some baggage, but
he had
the crazy
so
thing,
much baggage.
But the crazy thing is, like later on in the episodes, when they develop Nola a little bit more, they talk about his previous girls that he supposedly wanted to marry. So it's like, oh, okay. So this is a common thing for you. Mars is just young.
Mars
and
is super
young, yeah,
dyslexic,
yes.
and just hyper.
And Greer is just, bruh,
living a life.
But you notice how they all viewed her as a challenge. Rather than a woman, you know, like a trophy. Like they were just like, they looked at it as a trophy for like,
that was a trophy that they were trying to obtain.
Yes.
And that was the issue. She was like, listen, I'm in open relationship with you and several other people. Don't get it twisted. Like, I enjoy us in our bubble.
Right.
And the funny thing is, she messed up and she had so many rules for a very combustible and unsustainable situation for all three of them.
What I like about this is that I had to watch it again, is that Nola is at first, you look at her like everything's okay. Like she's the okay one. She's all right. Everybody else is messed up.
Because she's doing what this is her norm. Her norm is
right.
being with three different people, loving them, and she loves them in all different ways.
But in society, to be polyamorous, there's something wrong with you.
Which I think I disagree with that.
I know.
No. Well, it depends on what society, what view of society are you looking through?
Which they kind of dove into with her psychologist
Yes.
towards the end.
Yes,
but I like that because it didn't hit me the first time.
Right.
It hit me the second time. Like, whoa, this is what he was doing.
I think I know.
Shout out to you, Spike.
Polyamory. I'm having a moment right now. Polyamory isn't for everyone. I know it's definitely not for me because I don't like sharing.
Selfish. Territorial. She shares you with clothes. That's enough.
Did anybody hear the horror? Them daggers at my eyes right now.
I want to let you know, Vanna Stage's face has not changed for the last 30 seconds. You'd have thought she had a stroke. Right?
I had polyamory.
Oh my god! Not to make fun of people who've had strokes. I'm sorry about that.
Anyway, it's not for me. Good. No one said anything fucking else. I will say, it's not? Say that again out loud.
So anyway,
who's it not?
I want to survive to the end of this. Let's move on, shall we? You know what? Speaking of Netflix series, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 was out. Definitely check it out. I thought it was pretty good.
You didn't see that in the movie theater?
I did. I saw it again.
I was like, why are we reviewing something from the summertime? I was confused for a minute.
Because what I want to talk about is two things. Number one, first of all, if you haven't seen Guardians, it's a nerd thing. If you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, you should. It's really good. It's one of those impact films that nobody thought was going to be good. And it's like, whoa, this is really good. The second one kind of dove into a little bit deeper.
Second one was fucked up.
The second one is a little wishy-washy at times, but it's pretty good nonetheless.
Oh, how was it wishy-washy?
The whole father situation and Rocket Raccoon kind of like, I understand they're trying to build as a team, but it seemed more focused on Rocket and what's his face? The main character whose name I can't remember. Star-Lord. But I'm trying to actually think of his actual name.
I don't remember.
Yeah, so it's like, but it's still a great movie nonetheless. Great. It's a great platform. Anyway, the reason why I brought that up is because right now I think movie-wise, Marvel is winning.
Of course.
Yeah.
Movie wise and story
DC
wise.
started like 10 years later.
That's still not an excuse.
That is an excuse.
That's
I'm not
literally like saying,
whoa,
that's
whoa,
literally saying like,
whoa.
hey, I've made this cake.
Whoa.
I've shown you how to make this cake, but you still fail at making this cake. I started 10 years after you. But I've been making the same cake consistently.
Making an excuse for DC. I'm saying it's their fault that they started 10 years later. What the fuck are you waiting for?
Even
when
still.
Fox was still, when 20th Century Fox was still doing Marvel before fucking Disney bought Marvel, they had that space.
Oh.
That was their time to be like, this is interesting. Maybe we should start doing our shit too.
Speaking of which, Disney Marvel is working on acquiring all their rights for the Fantastic Four again, and Wolverine and Spider-Man. They're like, it's pretty much almost done. They're gonna get all the
Those shit should be dead by now.
I'm sorry.
tired of
Fantastic
Spider-Man.
Four was a dub. Like they
understand.
don't need to be the dead horse.
I feel you, but I feel like when Disney acquires them, they'll have
I know, but they
the salary
they fucked it up in
to
like
make it better.
they fucked up 2 movies on that one. Like this
I feel you. I 3.
your price is
technically.
way too high. I need to cut it.
I feel like they're coming. But go ahead. I feel like once again, like Marvel's really winning. I feel like DC, once again, the way their storytelling is just horrible. Marvel has literally paced out and has made solo movies for all the characters that are going to be in Infinity War, which is coming out. I'm so hyped for that. Even the Black Panther, which is also coming out. So hyped for that. Whereas
Save
DC,
the date.
save the date. And it's like DC is just like scrambling. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like when I say they started late, that's like me shaming them. It's not me saying that as like, oh, they started late. It's like, y'all started mad late. Like, you late to this party.
Hold on.
You missing out on billions of dollars.
You can't shame in America, okay? That's just, you can't shame, okay?
Shaming and bullying is 2 different things. You can't bully in America. You can shame. Clearly not the president, but
Shame.
I mean, come on. You can't fat shame. You can't slut shame. I mean, it's a slut, but you can't shame it.
It's a slut.
it's a slut.
He's a slut.
Sluts have no sexual preference.
shame.
Oh my god. How did we get here? Anyway, moving right along.
So let's talk about some black excellence, of course. Diddy being the highest paid musician of 2017.
Can't stop, won't stop. Exactly. Love it.
Take that.
Sounds like shade. That sounds like shade. What happened? 130 mils enough?
You said
Highest paid musician of 2017.
musician. What did he produce musically this year? I can't fucking.
So
That's what bugs me out. It's like, what are the criteria for you to make this list? Like, is there like
he's a musician.
produce an album?
Listen.
No.
No?
He's a musician. It could be he could produce a track, meaning he was
A
just there.
singular track?
It doesn't matter. Musician falls under different categories. Hold on.
Did
hold on.
Pharrell win when fucking Happy came out? Because everyone was making that fucking
Yeah, he
song.
won an award for that.
No. Did he win this award? Because he went everywhere playing this song.
Oh, so here's the problem. Diddy didn't just bank on like touring.
That's what I'm saying.
So touring.
I need
Bad
another
Boy Family
criteria.
Reunion.
Right. Okay.
He sold Ciroc, which is he didn't sell it, but it's still making a money. He sold a percentage of Sean John for $70 million itself.
Okay.
And then you brought up something. What was the movie?
Yeah, can't stop, won't stop.
All that, $130 million this year.
Diddy's forever gonna be classified as a musician. Like
He's
they're
not a
gonna-
rapper.
They're always gonna say Jay-Z's
Yeah.
a rapper mogul, not just a mogul.
Yeah.
So he's always gonna have that dichotomy when it comes to his title. He's never.
I
Diddy
just
said it best.
I
Don't worry
guess-
if I write rhymes.
I write
I
checks.
write checks.
Anyway, I just think
130
that's
million
an
of them.
interesting list to make when you haven't done much musically.
As long as you
I
beat
just
out
think
Taylor
it's
Swift, I don't care.
Well,
Facts.
technically, you got to stop thinking about him per se. Think about the people he backs. Think about the people who's come out, and even still,
Who?
even still, like
Who?
he makes money. Come on,
French Montana. I guess right.
But
Who
still,
else?
French
Montana
Anybody
had a
else that's
couple
still,
bangers
That's
this
still
year.
signed to his label.
I
Anybody
sound like an
else
owl. Who?
and remember, you have a team. I hate you. But Beyonce came in second, $105 million. Shout out to her.
That's because she didn't even go on tour this year. Oh, did
But-
she?
no,
she finished her tour last year.
Yeah. She's supposed to be announcing a new tour, as well as this is before Jay-Z went on his tour.
Right.
I forgot it was number 3. The Weeknd's number 4. And, you know, Taylor Swift.
The Weeknd.
Yeah.
Weeknd be banging.
No, The Weeknd has hits.
The Weeknd be
I know.
banging,
I'm not.
yo.
First of all, my surprise is not that he does not have a good bunch of songs. My surprise is there was another word.
Body of work.
No, there's another word.
No, you can't say that because I've listened to that the first 3 mixtapes that he
There's
had.
another word for
I'm
it.
not gonna lie to you. I didn't know if I want to shoot myself for the CDs.
Discography.
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 You know what? You trying to go here, and I need you to be here. Just like let's stay.
Speaking of people that are gonna, damn, that's a bad joke. Anyway, we gotta give a moment of silence to the black
For Christian in a minute, motherfucker.
for the CEO Lobo Hawthorne of Golden Crust. Listen,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
that was
Ocean
horrible.
started this show saying we need to get sponsored by them.
I know.
And you know, we work on these free beef patties, and I don't know, it looks like we kind of missed our chance because shortly after he passed away, rest in peace, you know, some employees came through and was like, we need to talk about some overtime pay. They're actually getting sued, class action lawsuit.
It's crazy. That was so unfortunate.
Unfortunately, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy because he has over 120 locations in 9 different states. And on top of that, like, pretty much all his family is invested in his work. They all work. His grandchildren, if I'm not mistaken, his children, his nephews, aunts, nieces, like, everybody's invested. So, like, you know, of course, that's a black business you want to get behind. It's horrible to hear. Not only did he pass away, they has to face these legal issues.
And he passed away. He committed suicide.
Okay, so then let's put it like that. Cause
I understand being respectful.
You're talking about
Yeah, because he unfortunately committed suicide because it's suspected that he did it because he was trying to evade his taxes and legal issues. That's so sad because he made Caribbean food way more accessible. Like, not for nothing. I grew up in Harlem. I didn't really have Caribbean food around me. I didn't go all the way up to West Bubblefuck in the Bronx to get Caribbean food. Or a few places in Harlem had it. Right. Like, when they went, I remember when it came to like 135th-ish in Lenox, I used to go there a lot because I'm like, ooh, I've never really got to always have like roti and oxtail. It's different. The oxtail, the way I make that shit is so good, way different than regular black people do.
We know. We know. We do. Do we make better oxtail? We do. Good. No, I'm sorry.
Anywho, but yeah, there was just like a lot of different things that I was able to eat and get that I'm not always used to. Yeah. So when I heard about him passing, I was like, oh, that's shitty.
It's funny because, like, the impact of Golden Crust in Brooklyn, which is definitely more West Indian anywhere.
Of course.
You know.
That's how I really started eating. My grandmother used to work out in Brooklyn, and she used to always say, oh, my girlfriend always takes me here and we get roti. I'm like, what the hell is roti?
So, if you were, like, first generation, West Indian, which is weird for me to say, but, like, in previous generation, whatever, you were going to friend's house.
Right.
If they had a restaurant that didn't necessarily water down your food, you were going there.
Right.
And then up pops Golden Crust, which to us was like, it's West Indian enough, but it's not fully there.
No, right.
But they definitely pushed things out to a point where we have this one restaurant on like Avenue B in Remsen called Silver Cross to rival it. They're not doing so good. Maybe they'll do so good now, but they're not doing so good. And it's like a lot of West Indian restaurants started popping up as well. Mm-hmm. So they definitely did lead the way in exposing
American culture's palate.
Yeah,
there you go. They definitely led the way with that. So
I wonder why the
shout out to them.
Yeah, I hope like someone is next in line to resolve the issues, clean it up, so they can continue expanding. Because I feel like as they got bigger, their recipes did get watered down. Because I remember noticing the differences in the taste. Yeah, and I'm a Yank, so for me to say that's a big fucking deal. I'll take that. So I'm hoping someone is in the lineage next that could really take it to the next level, or at least just sustain it. Like, ugh.
You know what we do got to talk about really quickly, speaking about big business taking over small business?
Oh, nigga. Want me to say it?
Go ahead.
So, we're talking all this shit about Dove, and we're talking about Shea Moisture. So, guess who, motherfucking boy, who? Unilever has acquired the big umbrella company, which I forget their name of, but the umbrella company owns Shea Moisture, And I think the other subsidiary is like African Queen or something like that. But also, so all the soaps that you used to buy off homie on the street for like $5 a pop, yeah, that's them too. Shea Moisture owns them too. You didn't know that. So, they got acquired by Unilever. But it's really interesting because it's not just, snatch and grab. It's part of a trust. No, not trust. Some sort of big situation that they're doing, and they're basically going to be working towards empowering black businesses. So it's not just that.
So he's not selling out, you say?
No. It's not. It's like it's way more involved.
Okay.
But I will say everyone do pay attention.
Yes.
Like, I love Shea Moisture. It was hard for me to not buy Shea Moisture when like the whole boycott thing started, because me and Babe, we have skin issues. And that's one of the only soaps that we both can use that doesn't, aggravate our skin. And then I also know that it's going to a company that was, started from the ground up. They started in Harlem. Like, that is no joke. I take pride in that. They did retract a lot of the statements.
Yeah.
They basically did a lot of backpedaling, and rightfully so, because they didn't realize that, you basically just told your base audience to go fuck off in a way.
Yeah. Yes, they did.
And they're still doing a lot of outreach stuff with consumers of their products too. So I read this whole article. It made me feel better about still buying their products.
Okay.
I still get on the low. Haha. So it's
at least they ain't off the truck. Goddamn.
can't say all that. But anyway.
Let me tell you, ladies and their products. Let me tell you really quickly. I just want to go into it. I really think if that's where they're going, the direction that they're going, that's pretty dope. You know what I'm saying? We tried to statements because
you guys no one read the article. You guys suck.
So like, I think I read the article, but okay, whatever. No, it was just a little bit hard for me to accept because like one of the
after all this shit, we were just learning about Unilever,
right? And it's just like he made the statement where it was just like my only regret is that I couldn't expand outside the the black market for black people pretty much, and it's just like bro, like.
Right.
And it's like, why would you say something like that?
So,
it's the same person that cleared that commercial that tried it with all the white girls.
He didn't
so
realize.
Listen, when
focus group.
So,
is he getting a focus group? Because we can help him with that.
I would if he paid me a nice handsome salary.
He must have spent too much time.
No, fuck a soap. I want some cash money, and some stocks and options and stuff. Anyway, so when I read that, it made me think about like how limited black businesses can be. We are so unique in everything. Our style, our genetics, our food. So when you want to have a business, you be an entrepreneur, it's really difficult because this is something I've actually had a problem with. It's like, okay, I am a very friendly person. I talk to everyone. I have friends of all types of backgrounds. But do I want my product, whatever that may be, to be inclusive or exclusive? And I think this is something that a lot of black businesses think about, because you have to think about are you doing this to help someone or are you doing this to be lucrative? And I think at that point, they are at that point where they're like, okay, we want to be lucrative.
Okay.
But I think that's more on the consumer than it is the business, because if there was actually like brand loyalty, the way people are like, I wash with Dove, and that's what I wash with. If you actually washed with Shea Moisture, and that's what you wash with, and your kids wash with, and your grandmother wash with, there's more than enough money for us to be spending hundreds of trillions of dollars a year, like $600 million a year on McDonald's from the African American community alone. $600 million.
Mike.
Imagine if you spent a quarter of that on.
Mike is waiting.
If you spent that like where you need to actually put it, like Shea Moisture outside of the little flub that this dude did with that bullshit ain't really done too much wrong by us.
No, exactly.
So put the money where it needs to be. He wouldn't have to worry and search for Unilever if he was actually getting a good portion of the money.
Search for that.
You really think that this dude had that business and made that business not to sell it and get a check out of it?
Actually, here's what I think.
Yes.
Here's what I think happened. I think after the recent fiasco that was Dove,
yes,
with the advertisement, they were looking a way to blacken up their image and kind of apologize.
That's what, and they approached him,
and
they approached Shea Moisture.
Yes, they approached Shea Moisture. Yes, and even if he like threw them like, "Hey, what's up? We can do business from like years ago."
Right?
Maybe we can do this now.
They put that email in the
which
trash.
Is why he was so quick to cash out. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had lawyers,
but he's not cashing out. He is still CEO.
That's a cash out.
Oh, you guys!
You know what? I'm gonna
so
tell you what. Tell you what. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait and watch. See
That's
what
what I said. I think this is one of those things that we have to keep a very close eye on.
Yeah.
If we know people that know how to read the stock market shit,
Yeah.
to get them to read that shit. Like, just keep an eye on this, because if my fucking black soap don't work the same way it used to,
well,
I'm gonna come get your ass.
To be fair,
that's the only thing.
To be fair, there are certain people who I know that said even before this this deal,
well,
that
of
certain products seem not watered down, but changed.
No, it's
ingredients
changed
and whatnot. So it's like, how much further will it change?
Well, I'm not one of those. I started late, so
because if
my shit don't start changing until after now, I'm gonna be upset.
I'll let you speak, but I just want to say, when it comes to brand loyalty, it's because of what these products do for us.
Right.
You understand what they do for us? Like, once again, I can go back to Fenty, where women were spending thousands of dollars, you know what I'm saying, on MAC. And MAC was doing a good job to but it just wasn't widely available. They were mixing colors. There was no shade or whatever they did.
Yeah, you had to buy like 2 or 3 different things and mix it.
But yet here comes Fenty. No, we got your shade, bro. We got your shade, sis. You know, we got this boom, boom, boom. And we got more. And it's just like, wow.
To piggyback on that, not only...
Take all my check.
Not only did Fenty do the work of having 40 plus, possibly. There might be more shades now. They did the work, and they have the undertone. What a lot of people don't understand is you have an undertone to your skin complexion, and in each section of colors is your undertone. So like the 3 lightest colors are all honestly the same color, but with a different highlighter in it or a different undertone in it. That's it. She didn't do no fucking magic. She just fucking used basic knowledge of facial structure and melanin, complexion, whatever, and she was like, this is not rocket science. So shout out to her and her fucking scientists for being really, what's called, keep it simple stupid. That's all they did, and they just gave everyone a fucking color.
Riri, if you hear me, can you make like a skin tone for me called melanin, because that's what my undertone is. No, you're gonna say something, but seriously, not to take away from who her team did and what they did for the average black woman.
Yeah,
shout out to them.
Nah, but the reason I was saying the whole sellout thing is because I'm like, as mundane can be, and everybody can accessibly understand this. Look at what happened with Danny Rand in the Iron Fist. He's a CEO now. This Shea Moisture dude with this deal and all that. He's gonna be able to do all these things. What happened with homeboy that was a CEO of Rand
Are you seriously using a Marvel fucking fictitious
Why are you not understanding corporate structure? That is
God.
The dude was CEO.
Was he acting CEO?
Yes, he was active CEO. Now Danny
No.
Rand,
Acting or active?
Hold on.
Wait.
Let them finish.
The dude was running the company that Danny Rand was not there for. He was the CEO and running it before Rand popped back up. Okay. He has a board of directors that he has to report to. If you do not do what the investors or the stockholders want you to do, or the board doesn't want you to do, you're no longer CEO. You get a check. They're going to put somebody else in your CEO spot. So
I understand that.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. You don't have to wait for this dude to make any moves. He's running nothing anymore. If he
that's your assumption.
No, but that's what the CEO is a figurehead.
He's already been the CEO. I know. So then what's the difference? Because you have someone bigger than you over you?
Okay, Unilever came in with a board of directors. This dude was running his shit by himself. Now
you know what?
Money's behind
Did you read my article? Did you read the article that I posted?
I'm going to interject.
No, you didn't.
I'm going to interject. We're going to save this for the next episode when we have all the details of the deal, what's going on.
Because I'm saying he was talking shit and he didn't read it.
I agree with both of you. However, we're going to have to move forward because what we don't have is the concrete, like, we don't have the deal in front of us.
Right.
Unless Juice is out here holding out on us.
I'm gonna come with
paperwork.
Gotta come with contractual paperwork.
That's what I'm saying. I want to read it.
Speaking of clapback, can we talk about what's going on with what happened with Ashanti and Joe Budden?
This nigga here.
Joe Budden's a fucking angry grandpa. That's what
he's a Joe Budden's is the hip hop's curmudgeon. He is hip hop's curmudgeon.
If you haven't heard, Ashanti, first of all, was attacked. I don't even say attacked, but she was definitely.
She was. I mean, it was a slight assault. I'll give you that.
She was
shade was
thrown from Joe Budden because what happened was he was calling her a stripper because while performing, a fan, somebody was about to take it through money while she was performing.
And she stopped the performance. Was like,
I'm not a stripper.
I am not a stripper.
You gonna stop throwing it, which makes sense. I mean, she let it slide the first time, right? So that second,
right?
She was like, nah, stop it. So, like, you gotta understand what she's wearing. She's in leggings, leggings, bodysuit, but what's on her feet? Stockings.
Heels.
I'm sorry, legs.
You guys are horrible.
What is it?
She had on a bodysuit.
She had on a bodysuit?
Yeah, like a glittery full bodysuit with heels on.
So she was covered.
Yeah.
So I know she was covered, but I
was
she
like
had I'm trying to.
It matched her flesh tone. That's
whatever. This is something I hope my wife wears. Anyway, she was wearing a full bodysuit.
Right.
And homeboy decided to throw money at her, and Joe brought it up. Like, you know,
like,
if you dress like a stripper, pretty much, you pretty much are one.
And she looked at him like, nigga, are you fucking kidding me?
She actually hit him with, like, if I had a stethoscope around my neck, would you consider me a doctor?
Yes, and I was like, yes, bitch.
And he was like, yes. And she's like, you let me operate on you? He's like, no. Like, come on, Joe. Like,
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And she's right. She's there to perform. She's not a stripper. And that brings up a really great thing of how we view black women in America, too. Because you know what? I'm not going to lie. We can view them when they're reserved like, oh, she's like really covered up and that's like a bad thing. But then when she wants to be free, when she wants to come out, I mean, come on, fellas. We know we've seen it. The girls with no chest whatsoever, not wearing a bra. You're like, come on, girl. You going to have your titties staring at me? I had to mess with Vonna on that one. No, but on some real shit.
I'm fucking done.
Look at her face.
Yeah, this dude mayhem.
Nah, but in all seriousness, women do get persecuted for what they wear. No matter if they're covering up or showing up.
Right.
And Ashanti had to come definitely caught back with Joe Budden.
I'm glad she did, because that shit had me all the way aggy.
And you know what? That kind of brings me to like the point, like, are black women more persecuted for their sexuality and how they dress and appear and what they do in America more than any other race?
Whew.
We go to Vonna Sage on the sea. Vonna?
What was the question one more time?
Are black women more severely persecuted for their sexuality, not just the what they wear, their history, and just how they live altogether?
I mean,
in America.
I really...
Than any other color.
I mean, I can only talk from the perspective of myself. I would say the history of exploitation within our community, specifically harming black bodies, specifically harming black female bodies, is a long history. We were brought here unnecessarily, and we were made to work in labor, and when they found out that we could have kids easier than our white counterparts, they exploited that. Mm-hmm. When they realized that we have similar genitalia, but it looks different, we're different, they exploited that too. And, we've been used several... what the...
I wanted to say, it feels different.
Yeah, that's what you wanted to say.
You were trying to be PC about it. Listen. When they found
out the berry, the sweet the juice.
When they found out y'all had them hips of fire,
and this is a serious conversation.
Once you go back,
this is part of the reason that they wanted to keep y'all submissive and in these precarious situations. Like, black women are fire. Fire, and the rest of the world found out, was like, no, we need to keep them accessible.
I'm gonna clap for that, man.
I don't know if it was keeping them accessible.
Oh, y'all are hard to get to for us. Unless somebody can put you in a subservient situation, a black woman is a hard thing to acquire.
Well, that's because I find that that's an interesting point, because
let's get lost in the sauce here.
Yo, he's scooching up real like,
oh boy,
she just got a reel.
I think that's interesting because I've heard otherwise. Like, oh, black girls are hoes, da da da. Like, I've heard various different things. It's either you're a hoe or you're
hard not to crack.
Stuck up,
bitch. What's the word? damn, I can't think of the word. Anyway, so prude. There we go. You're either one or the other, and I think that's just because we get freaking labeled a lot unnecessarily. And honestly, what it really boils down to is people want you to be what they need you to be at that given point in time. So if you are keeping a man at bay, and you don't want to deal with him, you can be a prude. And if you're sexually free, like a Nola Darling, and you don't have any boundaries, you're considered a hoe.
So I'm gonna chip in really quickly. I agree because with black women being harder to get, if we there are spoiled men in the world and sure, then it's like we put all these labels on them. Because interesting thing that was brought up, an argument was like whereas a woman who's white of European ancestry, Yui, could go out here, she could explore her sexuality, she could be a hoe or whatever, and it kind of like it gets erased by the time she's ready to marry. You know what I'm saying? Which we all know, whole history don't get erased. I'm sorry, it doesn't. But
wait.
Whole history don't get erased?
What the fuck is a whole history? What's that?
Oh, well, see, luckily you don't know. So, whole history is...
What is whole... Oh, Jesus.
I
I'm
can't
going to be offended.
Men.
Yeah, whole facts.
So, pretty much, the mileage that your cooter...
Did you just say
whole
facts?
Yes, yeah, whole facts. There's a whole facts, there's a penis fact, vag facts. So, like, the amount of miles your cooter has... dialed up, if you will, from the guys who, whether it be trained, whether it be we took down a whole crew, whether it be like people know you. Because I'll give you a great example, right? Someone whose vag facts I should have checked out was this one girl I dated in college. Super beautiful woman, Jamaican woman, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about I walked in the City Tech, everybody was like, "That's you? That's you?" You know what I'm saying? She modeled at one point. She was featured. Was she featured in Ebony? No, she's featured in King once. So, I felt on top of the world. And she wasn't, like, crazy curvaceous. You know what I'm saying? But she was just crazy. So, during 1 week, because I was part of a fraternity, she was part of a sorority, another fraternity moved in. And, there was always some male candy there. And she and her sister, without me knowing, were, like, vying to get him. And not get him to, like, get attention, to date him. No, to take him down. She won. I found it the next day because everybody was looking at me and I had to come to the school. I was like, oh, okay. And it was later, what's the word that I'm looking for? It was pretty much, they pretty much made sure that it was confirmed that not only once, but twice throughout the week. And it's just like, bruh. And I'm like, I had to call that off. Fast forward, maybe 3 years later, maybe 4 years later, I met somebody in Harlem, right on 148, who actually knew who that person was because they went to school and told me she's been like that since high school. That's a whole fact. That's a vag fact.
So what's the problem with her being like that? Were you in a committed relationship with her?
We were.
Okay, so then that was her bad. That was her bad. But okay. No.
Point. I got that.
Yeah,
I didn't know where you were going with that.
Listen, my thing is
because men like to say, "Oh, I can sleep and sling the dick wherever I want, but she better keep it at home."
Okay.
Fuck you mean?
So I will say this, because I'm going to hybrid talk. I've always said women are way more valuable than men, which is why we give you guys such much harder stipulations and rules. You know what I'm saying? But nobody, every time I say that, somebody's rolling their eyes. Somebody's literally on the other line saying, "Nigga, please." Like, that's some real shit.
But that's the thing. Like, y'all partner up with God to make life. We can't do that shit.
Oh my God!
But see, why has it got to be that though? I'm dead serious about that.
So exactly how is a woman supposed to express themselves sexually?
No, there's nothing. Here's the thing.
I'm asking a question.
I'm not saying anything about you expressing yourself sexually. There shouldn't be any limit on that, but you have to understand that a reputation that comes with the societal standards that we do operate in the majority stake of the world,
and that is the issue.
That sentence came out though.
Not in your mind, in your opinion. It doesn't matter about the issue. It's the world that we live in. Do you know that there's certain sets of rules that you have to abide by because you're a black body in this world? Do you habitually violate them? No. So you play by certain rules.
So a black woman
really
is supposed to.
Notice how she started that. I find it. I just find it funny that.
Okay, so wait. So when we devalue you and tell you hoes you ain't shit and the man runs everything, you got a problem
I
with it.
ain't calling bitches hoes, but the bitches love it.
And when we tell you that you're the shit and we held you to a higher standard because yours is more valued than ours, you have a problem with that too. Listen,
what I have a problem with is the is the lack of transparency. If you're gonna,
you don't like the term hoe. We call each other hoes all the time, and we don't get offended by it. You feel offended by it. Yeah. If I call you a hoe because you doing hoe shit, also, then you a hoe.
Bitch.
Period.
Bitch. We can't call them bitch. They can call each other bitch.
But you can call me a bitch nigga. Listen, I'm down with this 50-50 shit, but this 50-50 shit comes with some pain with it too. I think with there's the 50-50, a lot of thick skin that you got to deal with, and
you can't tap out with 50-50. You understand? You can't want it all the way and then be like, look, I'm a woman.
I'm fighting the corner of people that they respect their space. They respect other people's space.
You're not talking about the general population.
Yes, the fuck I am. Just because you know some people that are undesirable,
unsavory people,
some hoes.
Listen, what we do here, like me, you, Mayhem, Devon, Juice, I can't think of her name right now. Why do I always forget her name? Juice's better half.
There you go.
Issa, yes. It's so easy, but I never. She's gonna
appreciate that part.
But we operate on a certain playing field. We understand a lot of things that should be common knowledge, but they're not. People don't operate with common sense on a daily basis. We understand that. So the views that we express a lot of the time really aren't the general population.
So here's the thing, though. How do you expect shit to change? First of all, fix your entire face.
I didn't say anything.
Your face said everything.
Oh my goodness. Please go through the sentence, please.
How do you expect to change the freaking dialogue of something if you're still holding people accountable for the shit that was condemned years ago?
I don't expect adults to learn. I expect children to learn.
So when we have a daughter, and she says, I'm gonna be into polyamory, what are you gonna do?
Understand that there's consequences that come along with that shit. You are absolutely free. You are absolutely free to live your life. But you understand that
I'm gonna
people will look at you.
I'm gonna grab the reins. No. Because I do want to hear this, but we're going around the subject.
Yeah, we did.
We did. No. But I
didn't do that. Y'all did that shit.
She got you. Mental ninja. Okay. Mental ninja. So what
the fuck you asked me? I don't forgot.
Are pretty much black women persecuted for their sexuality?
Yes.
More than any other ethnicity.
I don't know. I don't know if I can say any in America. I can't.
Let me tell you why I say yes. And it took me a while to really formulate. Even though I thought of this question last week, it took me a while to come to this answer. First of all, there's a stigma of the black woman. The black woman is strong, rebellious, ambitious. Mm-hmm. She's a bitch. She's not gonna let you have your way. You know what I'm saying? Which aren't necessarily bad things, but said in a bad connotation.
These are all things that make men be like, crack that.
Let me get in a sense, let me go for another ethnicity. I'm not saying they are, but let me get a Spanish girl. She's easier. Let me get, a European girl. You know what I'm saying?
There's some cultures that are more submissive.
Right. So,
but
that's another
what's crazy to me? They want a race and gender that had to be the most submissive in America to continue to be submissive. Fuck out of here. We did that shit for 400 plus years. Go fucking kick rocks and go to someone else. We're not doing it. We've had centuries of doing that shit. We ain't doing the shit no more. So if you want someone submissive, and it's different levels of being submissive. You can be submissive and still have your own identity. You can be submissive in different ways with your partner. But what we're not going to fucking do is be submissive when it comes to business. We're not going to be submissive when it comes to education.
Yeah, definitely not.
We're not going to be submissive when it comes to social injustices. We're not going to be submissive when it comes to anything that really is worth value, especially our kids. Fuck out of here. And I think that's what it is. They see that we have a no shit kind of attitude towards things because we've literally had to eat shit for so long. So I think that's part of where it's like, oh, you're feisty. It's like, no, I'm not going to allow you to fucking feed me shit and tell me it's sugar. That's not going to happen.
The crazy thing is about 60%, if not 70% of the households, the woman is the official breadwinner because she's more focused on getting her education and getting the occupation she wants for her future family, whether she has one or not, and making sure she's set up, which is interesting. To go back to my point in answering the question that I asked like an hour ago, pretty much no, it's good that we go through this because it brings up awareness. You know what I'm saying? I think once again the black woman, because she has so much connotations and stigmas attached to her, the black woman, not your face, not your name, just you being a black woman. It's like you're being persecuted. Now, as a woman, for sure, you're also being persecuted on what you wear.
Stereotype.
You know what I'm saying? First of all, fashion is just like crazy. You're either too fat, you're too thin, you're not pretty enough, you're too ugly. But then we get down to it, and you come local, and it's just like, well, why are you wearing that? Why are you expressing yourself that way? Or you're too covered up. You look like something else, and it's like so many things to juggle.
Yeah.
And there's no sometimes there's no confidence backing you up and helping you find your self-identity. Yeah. Do you understand?
I think that has a lot to do with imagery, though.
It's a bit of social peer. It's social peer too, because you know what? You and I could be like, I'm gonna tell my girl she looks great. I'm gonna tell my daughter she looks great or whatever. But she has to go to school. You know what I'm saying? At some point, she has to travel by herself.
You build your kid up so they can be broken down outside, and you have to bring them back in and build them back up.
Exactly. Okay. So, with that being said, I think we need to change that, first of all.
Absolutely.
We definitely need to empower our women, for sure. I've always been into black women who've been assertive. And I've always said aggressive, but a lot of them like the term aggressive. I don't know why. Because I think there's two forms of aggressive. There's aggressive, there's extremely aggressive, but whatever.
We hear aggressive and it automatically boils down to being bossy. And that's something that we've always been told, because here's the thing, bossy.
Sage, not bossy?
Huh?
We look to Highbridge representative. Highbridge?
Oh yeah, she bossy.
Okay.
She bossy as hell.
Shit, Khalees made a song, I'm Bossy. We loved it. I'm bossy.
She's the first one to scream.
You fought for this. Melanist.
Yo, look, ain't nothing wrong with being bossy, man.
As long
as you got something valid to be bossy about, just don't be bossy for no damn reason. Just because you say you run shit. There's a lot of lip service going on with that shit. I run shit. What do you really run?
What about? Oh, the father can't name the child because I'm the one carrying it for 9 months.
Who says that?
You what?
Baby, let me tell you something.
Whoa.
I must be really progressive.
Once that baby begins its journey of life,
listen,
we as men are supposed to lose any right. The only thing we're good for is what? Money and getting the food. I'm hungry. It's 12 o'clock. Go get me lobster tails. Baby, they're closing. Find me the goddamn lobster tails. You did this to me.
You did this to me.
Word.
Oh my god. I don't know what I'm going to be like when I'm pregnant. I'm worried.
Sometimes, if we could be more realistic too. Another thing I do want to address, because I got to move closer, is talks about sexes. So, there are certain things that we as men should be able to talk to you women about as well, and vice versa. But sometimes when it comes up, y'all just like, nah, you a man, you don't know what we're talking about. Like, for instance, if we were talking about cramps, right? Mm-hmm. I've never experienced menstrual cramps, and I don't think ever in my life I will. I don't think that's a thing for me unless, the government decides to change that. But if I wanted to talk to you a little bit more about no, you can't know possibly what I'm going through. I give birth. Birth is way more hurtful than getting kicked in the balls and all this. It's like conversations like that. It's like it's more of an ego thing, I feel sometimes.
It's an ego thing for you guys, because when we try, literally, it's difficult to have someone understand a pain level when there's nothing else to compare it to.
Do you believe that women are way more equipped for a bigger pain threshold than men?
Yeah, I agree with that.
You agree?
Fucking childbirth?
I don't think so.
Having natural childbirth?
I think
I've known women that have been in labor for hours.
Here's the thing.
We know someone.
Let me see if you answer. Yeah.
But here's the thing. I've always felt like women have a pain threshold when the time comes.
Here we go.
Yeah, no. I think I'm gonna have to agree with them so far.
At the end of the day, for those 9 months, you have no choice but to deal with that shit. If you could opt out and be like, I'm hitting the button, I'm done, pass off, you take the baby, I don't want to. You would hit that button. But for the majority of men's lives, we get hit, we get punched, we get kicked. Things happen to us physically all the time. Naturally, that's self-inflicted and through society and amongst our peers. We cannot show pain.
So here's what I will say.
Do you think, why do you think they call us aggressive and bossy?
No. Like physical pain. Like
I understand that.
Do
you know how many
times as boys and teenagers, a homie run up to you, punch you, chest, Bomb. Open
chest. Yep.
Open chest and cave
You
your
know what
joint,
it?
and
Do you
gotta
know
sit
what
there
it
and
feels
put
like
a-
to get a braid ripped out of your head because you got jumped? Do you know what it feels like
I mostly focus on the punches in my face.
Are you kidding me?
I'm
Do you
just-
remember who I am?
First of all,
I was reckless.
you're fucking crazy.
Okay,
you're
so-
you're also
okay.
not the status quo.
Okay.
I don't know why I'm asking you
Okay.
anything.
I think the correct answer is neither side is more equipped. Because here's why. Hear me out.
That is okay.
Hear me out. Because I'll give you a great example. Going to the gym. I go to the gym, you know what I'm saying? I put in the work, whatever. I'm sore almost every other day or whatever, right? Whereas there are some women who are like, nah, I don't see putting that I don't want to do that pain. It hurts too much. And flip it around, there are some men who are like, no. And there are some women who are like, I can do that easy. So it's all about conditioning.
Yeah.
You condition to expect to give the child and to go through this.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if we're only using that one example versus all the other conditions a man generally goes through, it doesn't really, it's not like men are up here and women are there. It kind of evens out. I think it honestly depends on the conditioning. We as human beings are just equipped to
That was a really cute PC way to say that.
It's the truth, though. No, that's cool. No, because I've had this conversation so many times, and it's just like women will always bring up childbirth, and you can even bring up menstrual cramps for sure. Because there's some menstrual cramps I've seen made women double over like they got punched in the gut.
I used to get cramps so bad I couldn't get out of my bed.
Right. So,
I had a very, very butch lesbian roommate my first semester in college, and she used to throw up every fucking month.
Oh no, that's serious.
And get cramps.
So
I've seen a lot of different things.
But to go back to what Hybrid said, you've been conditioned this way. It's not like you can opt out. This is something you have to learn to deal with.
Right.
Whereas, flip the coin on the other side, for men, it's just like, be tough. Be tough because Gil, because open chest, because B word, whatever game that we play, and inflict our dominance onto each other physically, hypermasculinity, whatever you want to call it. Mind you, we're young. I can't tell you the amount of dumb shit I've done as a kid.
I can imagine.
Listen, I jumped out of a moving car at 20 miles per hour in Queens. Stick shift.
You weren't
Twice.
You weren't that young when you
Twice.
did that, though.
Respect.
Thank you very much.
Respect.
Thank you. But you see that? You see that? Because I feel like if Chris didn't necessarily have you and was a little younger, he'd probably try it himself if he hasn't already done so.
He's done dumb shit enough without me. So.
So it
Pretty sure there's a lot I don't know about. He's just waiting until we get married to tell me.
Riding downstairs on a bike in the dark and then hitting the front tire with a whole brick in the dark that I didn't see, and flying over 2 flights of steps into the street.
Listen,
and getting up like, I'm good, instead of laying there and being like, oh.
First of all, Lee, can we
I
address the elephant in the room, though? Why is it that whenever you fall, and it don't matter who's around, you're just like, I'm good. You stand up like, nah, I got this. It can be, you can fall down.
You're embarrassed. That's why. You're fucking embarrassed.
I ain't give a damn about being embarrassed. I don't want to be embarrassed and show pain. Because I know this is going to make it back to the block. And they're going to be like, yo, do you know what this clown did? And be like, yo, I ate that, though. What you talking about?
So much ego.
I know, but see how your friends would actually be like, oh, you okay? There's no concern on this side of the table. No. None. They're going to be like, yo, did you smack your face on the floor, too? Because I said a little bit of space. You cry? Yo, he's mad soft. Like, a man can't feel like a man in front of other men without pain. If you've never been through anything, dudes gonna be like, yo, you ain't even tough. Like, they're not gonna
value you.
They're not gonna take you to places where they go where girls are. Like, dudes won't go with other dudes. They're like, yo, he's soft. He's not even gonna be a decent wingman because the chick that I'm going after, he's not gonna help me acquire because you don't even look the part. Versus you may be emotionally tangible to somebody that's your friend, and you can understand them in a way emotionally that the next chick can. That's why y'all are besties.
Hybrid church is in service.
Yes.
We passing around the plate.
Pass the plate. Speaking of passing the plate, can we move on and we talk about this? Can we just talk about just loving hip hop? Wow, loving basketball.
All right.
Can we just talk about I'm not gonna lie, Omar Epps? Omar?
Yes.
That's okay. I'm gonna mess up every.
He's horrible with actors and actresses' names.
You know
so
the movie.
Yeah. So his character was a douche. Can we agree on that?
Yes.
But can we go back to within line between love and hate? And what's her name? Not Angela Bassett.
Lynn
Who
Whitfield.
looks like her in my opinion. But anyway, she was she crazy or was she justified?
Nah, she was crazy.
Why do you say she's crazy?
Bro.
I'm just asking. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm just asking.
Anytime that you inflict bodily harm on somebody because of something that they did to you emotionally, you have a problem.
I think that's an actual definition for crazy. Besides doing the same thing, expecting different results. Okay.
Anywho,
I don't know. Some girls today feel like, yo, he wasted your time and did all this to justify.
That's what that is. That's
pettiness.
Pettiness?
Pettiness.
I don't think she was.
Has street value.
That's what I was gonna say. Actually, I don't think she was crazy. I think she was just really petty. If
up to the part where she pulled out the gun, right?
Didn't she actually say in the movie, "You hurt me, so now I'm gonna hurt you"? That was one of her lines in the movie or something like that?
Yeah,
pretty
but
much.
This was like continuous hurt. This wasn't like a one.
Know,
yeah,
but she kept choosing these same type of dudes. That's what she was saying too. You're not gonna do it to me again. Like, you're not gonna do it to me like the other one did. Really? So this is the collective thing. You just bust this all up, and now you're gonna exacto knife all this out.
Baggage? Okay.
All of JetBlue. All of JetBlue. No American Airlines.
Because you'll never get it back. I'm sipping my coat, though. Sipping my coat.
I'm sorry, Sage. Go ahead.
Anywho, she was petty. I wouldn't say she was crazy. I mean, it was for the movie's sake. She was borderline crazy because she kidnapped another person.
She had a gun.
I don't have how the fuck a gun? You can have a gun.
Did she shoot him?
The shit was registered in her name. She kidnapped Regina King. She kidnapped Regina King's character. That's when I was like, "Oh, bitch, you doing too much."
Hold on, wait. So if she would have,
and she burnt down the club.
If she had not done anything to Regina King and just did all this to him, would she not be crazy? Really?
No. That's
really?
just petty.
Hold on, wait. Don't dudes go to jail for this?
Yes.
You chase her, you shoot a chick, beat her up.
See,
no.
You're messing up the timeline of events. What she did first was, that's what I'm saying. Up to a certain part, I was like, "Oh, she's doing too much." But again, this is for cinematic experiences.
Art imitates life.
Oh, Jesus Christ! So, at what point would someone like that learn their lesson? Everyone loves to think they're big and bad until they meet someone fucking crazier than them. We've seen an example of that. Yeah. So at one point is life, instead of giving you're out, showing you the road that's less traveled and an easier way for you, gonna show you, okay, you think you're gonna keep on going to the next chick and bed hopping and thinking it's okay and not fucking giving them an excuse, and insert crazy person that's gonna prove to you what you're doing is damaging. It's fucking toxic. And it's fucked up. And that's when she came in and was like, "Oh, you got the right motherfucking one today." That's what she said.
I think the lesson that he learned didn't come from her. It was gonna be at the loss of not having Regina.
But
it had nothing to do with Lynn.
It did, because Lynn was gonna kill her ass.
I know, but it was because he was gonna lose her. He
didn't
care about
to see the movie again and kind of
I've been playing all this stuff in my head now. I'm like, yo, he really didn't care about going through all that and fighting with her. It's whatever. That's part of the game.
He didn't care about Lynn because he was using her. He was using her, which is just as fucked up as if she was just a hit and quit. Mm-hmm. He purposely abused her financial situation, and she was feeling feelings with him. What his ass wasn't paying attention to is how attached, and this is the thing, I don't think guys pay attention to how attached women can get to a guy. Let me finish my sentence before you say anything. In his instance, when you're someone that's narcissistic and just so caught up in what the fuck they want, you're like, oh, okay. He's like, all right, you like me, girl, I like you too. It's all good. All the cute sayings and shit, just butter her ass up, not realizing that his feelings are only temporary and only at that moment. He doesn't carry her in his heart for the rest of the day. It's just to get you to give me what I want. Right. Oh, okay. So, like, what the fuck? Like, you think that's okay to do?
It's not the fact that it's okay to do. I'm not saying it's okay to do, because if it was on the other side of the ball, girls do this to guys who have a lot of money and they get to walk away scot-free.
How? Oh, I don't know how many chicks you hang out with that get BMF on that is not supposed to give up the drawers.
Listen. So I'm saying he gave her good penis and entertained her. She spent money. Equal exchange of goods, right? Because on the opposite end of that, a dude that has money, she's giving him good ass, and she look good on his arm when they go out to a club or out to dinner. Equal exchange of goods. This is the golden rule when you playing that game.
I would like to
that wasn't the game she was fucking playing though.
I would like to value my stroke game. Like, Bitcoin is out.
Put it on Bitcoin. Vonna, we gonna put yours on the market. We're gonna get at a value system.
All right.
Well, actually, no. You closed out your market. You good? You off?
I'm gonna say
your
you know
portfolio's done.
something I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
say this. I'm gonna direct the conversation like this. First of all, yes, he did not notice how clingy she got, which is very much. I think
that was his fault.
That was his fault. That's anybody's fault, because you know what? On the flip side, to be real,
the fucking
there's
writing's
some
on the
dudes out
wall.
here that's just like, yo, I remember when you walked past the 6th bus stop. Bro, what? I ain't walked that. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't in 10 years. Like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Dudes are like that.
There, and there.
And now a word from our sponsors.
It's your boy Juice, a.k.a. The Juice is Loose. Studio 231 is located in the beautiful and trendy Lower East Side of Manhattan with studio rates and full studio setup. If you'd like to record with me at Studio 231, you can reach me at juice-cannon.com or Twitter at juicecannon.
Last Up on the L is proudly sponsored by Dulce Amore Couture, premium couture accessory line, specializing in jewelry and watches featuring the handcrafted Amore collection. Based in New York City, but not limited to. You can meet Miss Yeezy Smith on Facebook / Dulce Amore Couture or Instagram Dulce Amore Couture, or visit the website dulceamorecouture.bigcartel.com.
And now back to our regular scheduled programming.
She just took a shot, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway.
Block out.
So, I'm going to move forward. Anyway, talk about shots. Can we talk about Sharon Reed's clapback at Kathy Ray?
Oh my God, that was amazing.
Lead us into this, please.
So, homegirl in Atlanta is
ATL,
is the new mayor, and one of their local
Keisha Lansbottom is the new mayor,
yes.
and then one of the local reporters. Go ahead. I'm sorry to tell them. Go ahead, girl. You can get into it.
Okay, all right, okay.
We're gonna talk about Keisha just now, the people's champ.
But that's the reason. Anyway, Keisha won. White people was tight. Huey's in Atlanta was super tight, and one of the local news channels were having an open discussion about how this was a pivotal race for Atlanta because it was, this might have been almost been one of like the first times in years that Atlanta didn't have a black mayor. And that was one of the things that they were talking about. And this idiot decides to write on the wall, the Facebook wall, or email them that, I think it's really unfair how black people only get to talk about race and white people can't. Mm-hmm. And then called her a nigger.
She spelled it wrong.
But spelled it super wrong. She spelled it like the country Niger. Idiot. So they got the message while they were, they were filming live because they were waiting for the results of the mayoral race. And homegirl was like, put the email up, please. And read the email, and so started the 5 point, the 5 points of death. Homegirl put their hands together and started speaking into the camera to that very disgruntled Huey from the Atlanta area. And it went aflame on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. And it's so funny because we all don't like stereotypes, but that is a very true stereotype of black women.
So
when we start talking with our hands,
yes, give that woman an award. so give that woman, no, seriously, because she came after, she put her hands together and kept them there because she gave it to her. So first of all, I want you to understand how upset the Hueys were. I'm talking about O.J. Simpson upset.
So upset that she said it was a voter fraud was the reason why.
Supposedly. Yeah, I'm going to read it just now.
It's a lot of different things.
So, actually, if you haven't already looked it up on Google by now, Kathy Reed actually said, you need to be fired for the race-baiting comment you made tonight. It's okay for blacks to discuss certain subjects, but not whites. Really? Bunch of question marks. You are what I call a nigger. Not a black person.
Niger.
You are a racist nigger. Oh, Niger, that's what you said. You are what's wrong with the world. So, let me tell you about this clapback Sharon Reed. She is my goddess.
Amazing.
She is everything. So
amazing.
she kept it together, brought up the email, and continuously said her name, which we're going to say, Kathy Ray.
Yep.
So Kathy Ray, good job today. You got the clapback of the year. And while we're on this topic of Atlanta, we're going to talk about Keisha. Keisha Lance Bottoms, who is what I call my hero, the people's champ. Just a little quick information about her. Her father was Major Lance. He served in the military. He served in the army, actually. And he came back home. He was a boxer turned dancer turned singer who actually opened up for the Beatles when they first started touring in America.
Wow.
That's dope, right? What happens is, obviously, they fired him for whatever reason. And as she said, good people make bad decisions. So he got caught cocaine distributing. So she remembers for the first, for 3 years after that on the weekends visiting him. And that's what made her want to be, a public defendant. She actually has her bachelor's in communications, actually has a law degree. Mm-hmm. Which is really dope. So she won.
You, right?
Huh?
HBCU product too, on top of that?
If I'm not mistaken, yep. So what I like about some of the things she did, there was a billboard in Atlanta when she was part of the public safety committee. Don't come with me on the committee, but she was on the committee pretty much. And that said, don't run, which addressed, young teenagers from not running from cops. And she wanted that pulled down because she's like, that's something you would do. Like, you have every right to do that. Although it would be ill-advised, right? You have every right to do it. She's like, and I have to have this conversation with her husband, with their son, because this is a life and death conversation. Yeah. Which she pointed out against her opponent, Mary Norwood, if I'm not mistaken. Mary Norwood. Yui, who she was like, you don't even admit that this problem exists. How can you be here to fix it?
Right.
Woo! She also wanted to put down. She wanted to crack down on panhandlers, aggressive panhandlers, not because they're panhandlers, but because she wanted to find a way to have the state help them out. So she wanted the judge to give them assistance for social issues. Do you see what she's doing here?
Wonderful.
Do you see what she's doing here? She won by 700 votes. Supposedly, they're still working on doing the recount. Mary Norwood was asking for a recount.
Why are they recounting?
I mean, if you think about it, if you lost in any game, take yourself out of it, right? Take the black out of it. If you lost, you want a rematch. I know if I face Highbridge right now and let's say Tekken and he beat me, I said that was lucky, that's a fluke.
This is not a fucking PS4 game.
I understand that.
This is a mayoral race.
And she's gonna lose, but that's just the natural thing.
I think they should be like, okay, you want to recount, bitch, here, sit here and you count all the fucking ballots then. See how fucking bad do you really want it though?
Yeah, no. But you know what? That's fair. I think it's fair that she gets to recount, but I still think it's going to show that she lost.
Right. I hope it shows that she lost by more than your old petty ass.
My thing is, as glorious as that is, that shows you the point of
the disparities.
Not even disparities, like voting locally.
Oh yeah.
She only won by a little bit when the black population in Atlanta is a lot bigger than the white population.
Yep.
She should have won by a landslide. There shouldn't even be a recount. It's several thousands of votes.
Can you vote? Can you vote for mayoral?
It was
if
less
you're
than 25,000 people actually voted for her. And there's like a 200,000 plus black population in Atlanta that can vote.
But that's the thing.
Well,
right.
But then you know what? I will say this. I'm happy for somebody like her. And I hope, leaders rise from this to kind of show that kind of, and I hate to use this word, but I'm going to say it, the whitewashing that happens.
Right.
You understand the whitewashing that happens where we don't see this is somebody for us we need to actually vote for.
Right.
And the hip hop campaign behind her was crazy. Like social media.
How did Tyrese get by? Why is he there?
Listen,
don't you live in fucking LA?
What more do you want
was
from
here?
me?
Killer Mike was all over it. T.I. was all over it.
Yep.
All the local Love and Hip Hop people that you see all over black media down there were all over it.
Yep.
Even that dude, Mr. Hotspot, on Instagram was all over it.
Who's that?
The dude that be like that and doing a little funny videos. Look at yourself looking all beautiful. Coming on here smiling the way you do that.
I just wanted you to say that. Thank
Petty.
Got him.
Petty.
Mental ninja. This is what what you fought for.
Thank you.
No, but I think it's dope. I think it's a step in the right direction. And I hate to bring this up too because we forgot to talk about Dan, the guy from Peter, Piper, Picker, Pepper.
Right.
We got, you know what I'm saying? He recently had to issue an apology because he got into an argument in which he used the word nigger. And
he did?
And he's white. Mm-hmm. That's the crazy part. I did not think exactly.
No, he's white. He's hella white.
We thought maybe he was mixed or something, but
he was.
Nah, he white.
Espanol.
Careful. Anyway, but he's white, and you know, it's like.
Well, he apologized.
But he apologized because he was like, "That's not me." You know, it was in a situation, but my whole thing is too, like, you know, you're white. And you're definitely using black culture to definitely make your money off of. But let's just say you were born into it, like somebody I know, Eminem,
right? M.
But you know what the thing?
They have not been able to catch him saying the N word.
Are we doubting that he said it? No, he's from Detroit.
Right.
He said it. We know who.
But the funny thing is, there's no recording of him saying it.
There you go.
So there's no proof that he said it. He has said it, and he has managed to have a successful and very monumental rap career without using the N-word.
He said it in a song back when what's his face, Suge Knight was trying to end his career, and that was like a previously way before he took off. That's like a song he recorded. He was hurt by his girlfriend. I think I brought that up some episodes ago. That is the only instance, but he's using it as a conscious.
Wait, you know what? Now I'm thinking, did he use it during the hip hop cipher? No, right?
No.
He'd have got his ass whooped if he did.
Let me tell you something. Me and Ocean were talking about this. Shout out to Ocean. We talk about the past. Mm-hmm. You know, you get a pass for saying it. The past only pertains to who gave it to you within that area, maybe state.
Right.
Because if an OG gave me a pass for that state, I'm good. Right. But when I go to another state, that OG don't mean nothing.
Nope, they don't know that person.
And you know what? Depending on who that OG is, maybe it don't mean nothing in the same state. You know, it doesn't carry weight anymore. So once again, Eminem has gone his whole career, and he's one of the greats. And I might feel away, but I'd still give him a pass if he did say something. It better be a hot ass bar. I mean, like, it better be something.
It better be.
But because of who he is,
put some steak on it.
You know? But you know, it's stuff like this. It's stuff like this that I hope Keisha and any other leaders bring to our attention. Why it's not acceptable to be done. All these other things we can do to rise up and move forward. You understand?
Yeah, I'm still trying to use the word.
I agree with you, Chris. Definitely, it should have been a landslide. Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes that whitewashing. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like sometimes when we do get together, and I hate this, sometimes we back the wrong people. We back the wrong people.
You know what? I don't give a damn sometimes who the hell we back, as long as it's a desired outcome. Because we now have the option to make right and wrong choices. We have hit the highest office in the land. That may have been a hit or miss depending on who you talking to.
Right.
But at least we on the damn field playing now.
Yeah.
Now we got options. You know what? Instead of this black guy, I want that black guy. This one goes for more than what I believe in, and he got more over here than that one got over there. I need more options. I don't need that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Instead of
that's the thing. They stay trying to keep a token in play to appease the people that are like, well, where's the minority representation? And it's throwing a token real quick, and they're like, oh, this will be okay. They didn't realize that we were going to be more aware now.
John Lewis not going to that civil rights opening, the civil rights museum opening. Talk about shots fired, and they said they were going to throw a grander opening.
After Trump would take his happy ass back to fucking White House. A grander and proper opening, they said. Specifically.
I think black culture and just culture altogether is just changing. And it's no longer acceptable for you just to throw a black face and be like, yeah, this is cool. No, you actually got to get to know us now. You actually have to respect us as people, as human beings.
I am a beautiful and delicious onion. I have several fucking layers.
Oh my god, is that
get to know me?
Is that Shrek Donkey? No. Love you. So I want to close this out by definitely saying, first of all, we got to talk about Beyonce giving Colin Kaepernick the Muhammad Ali Legacy Award.
That was amazing, and the U's were tied.
So
they were so tied.
She's doing the evil laugh. So if you don't know what the award is the honor pretty much celebrate individuals whose dedication to the ideals of sportsmanship has spanned decades and whose career in athletics has directly or indirectly impacted the world. If that's not Kaepernick, I don't know.
That was ESPN?
Oh,
no.
Sports
Illustrated. There we go. Sports Illustrated, yes. Which is a big deal.
Yep.
That's a big deal.
That is a big deal.
That was a big deal.
Some other people got it as well, but it's just really dope to see that Colin definitely getting recognized.
He's been getting a lot of recognition, a lot, and I'm very happy because even though the mass media has portrayed him to be, this freaking pariah, and the NFL is getting hit hard with the lawsuit. And now they're fine. What are they doing? Oh, the NFL's trying to pay the players to not kneel.
Yeah.
Did you hear about that?
No, I did not.
They're trying to pay them. How much was it? $100,000?
I don't remember.
Either way, they're trying to pay them to stop kneeling. So now
instead of addressing it,
right? Instead of addressing, but no, that's the thing, and this is why it's so important. It's like you have to really value yourself higher than $1. If you have a certain value, if you value something that you cannot be bought on, and you are a constant on it, they will be shook to their fucking bones. Cause it's like, damn, what I used to be able to dangle in front of you
no longer works
because you're no longer fucking afraid to lose what I offer you. Cause guess what? Who got your fucking back?
We do.
We got your back.
Right.
And we're proving that now. Mm-hmm. We're sticking to our word. We're like, all right, Colin, you all right? Like, I'm pretty sure he gets checked up on constantly. Constantly.
And the fact that silence is golden with this dude.
And he don't say much.
He didn't say shit.
He didn't say shit.
He said what he said, and he said it, and that was it. And he meant it,
right?
And got quiet and let everybody say whatever the hell they want. They were speaking for him on his behalf. What he might have been saying, what he wasn't saying enough of.
It's only been a handful of times him and his mom have said anything.
He's like, I'm not saying anything. And then when he finally spoke, it was the clarification. That was the part that I loved about it the most. Everybody's like, oh, he's anti-American, he's anti-troops. Beyonce put it out there for you. He never said he was anti-America. He actually went to a soldier, and this is what he told him to do. He never said he was anti-soldier. This is what he did it for. He was protesting this, just so you understand, outside of what the mainstream media told you about this dude. Now you fully get it, and he's being awarded, and now you get to hear him actually speak on his behalf. He's for the people. He's been fighting for the people since the beginning of this whole damn thing, and he's still about the people after the damn award.
Yeah.
Took all the losses, took all the disgruntled fucking owners.
He still doesn't have a job.
Yeah.
And doesn't even really give a fuck about it. That's the thing. He wants to play football because he loves football. But he be damned if his message gets distorted for the love of a game.
You know what? We're going to have to visit this again. We have to talk about so many different things. We got to wrap this up. It's your boy. You know what? Mayhem Mike. Before I go, I want to give some black excellence really quickly. We got a startup company by the name of NYC Train.
We got
Train Sign, creates digital replicas of the subway signs for businesses, a.k.a. you want that coffee, you got 5 minutes. You don't have to actually go to the train, you know what I'm saying? But also, black excellence goes to Kevin Barringer in L.A., who actually developed an app called the Cop Stop. Look it up. It's still in the works. It's still being GoFunded. Pretty much what it does require a phone, obviously, of some sort, but without actually using hands-free, you can actually record everything that happens when you get stopped by a cop. Immediately when you get stopped by a cop, all your friends and family or whoever you put will get a notification. Yep, they'll be notified. And then once you let go of the button or once you stop recording, it gets updated to his database.
So you have to tell your cloud, guys. It's amazing.
So, you know what I'm saying? We'll definitely be able to verify everything. Anyway, this is your boy Mayhem Mike saying goodbye from the Last Stop on the L. Definitely check us out once again on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Last Stop on the L. Also, swing by Danny Ocean's page, DANNY OCION. That's how he says it. Leave a cut the check emoji for him because he out there getting checks without us. You know what I'm saying? Let us know what it is. It's your boy Mayhem Mike YFR. Mayhem, holla at me.
You took forever
on
to
Twitter.
Close out. Just want to let you know that on the stage here looking a bit perturbed. Anyway,
no, she did. She fought for this. She sent me a resume via text. Ooh, she fought for this. Hashtag petty. Hashtag Angela Bassett. Hashtag I know what I'm saying when I said it, how I said it. Hashtag she fought for this.
Still talking. Go ahead.
Coverage representative Chris. I'm out of here. I'm gonna let Sage take us out because she looks like she's
No,
about to explode.
I'm good.
Juice. Let them know.
Slap it in my hand. Check it out.
Check it out.
Sugar water.
Yeah, let's flip it. I don't think they understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I asked a question like this. Are we a lost generation of our people? Add us to equations, but they'll never make us equal. She who writes the movie on the script and the sequel. So why ain't the stealing of my rights made illegal? They keep us underground, working hard for the greedy. But when it's time to pay, they turn around and call us needy. My ground too heavy like the Queen Nefertiti. Give me back my pyramid, I'm trying to free Kansas City. Mixing masterminds like your name Bernie Grubbin. Well, I'ma keep leading like a young Harry Dubbin. You can take my wings, but I'm still gon' fly. And even when you edit me, the booty don't lie. Yeah, I keep singing, I'ma keep writing songs. I'm tired of Marvin asking me what's going on. March to the streets, cause I'm willing and I'm able. Categorize me, I defy every label. And while you selling dope, we gon' keep selling hope. We rising up now, you gotta deal, you gotta cope. Will you be electric chic, electric ladies, will you sleep?